So many of you are putting up videos right now on gardening. What should we grow? Well, you know what? All I have to do is ask my garden. If you've got a garden, an actual garden, I don't care if it's tiny or big, you already know what you can grow. If you observe nature and you look at your garden, you'll know that what's coming up on its own are brassicas. That is brassicas coming from here that had seeds. A lot of other things will be coming up. Red vein sorrel has been throwing little babies around. Walking onions. It is time to grow onions. You can start putting different types of onion family plants in your garden because you still should have, no matter where you are, about 45 days before the frost comes. And if it comes early, well, oh well. And if it comes late, you'll have extra plants. But if you look around, you'll see different things that are already growing in your garden, which is telling you it's time to grow. The weather is just starting to cool, at least at night. Even in here, these are brassicas coming up all on their own. I didn't plant them. What else is coming up in here? Bok choy. Look at this. Bok choy seeds. Why? Because I had, oh, and there's more here. I just have to clean this up. Let's get that right here. More bok choy. So carrots are good to grow. You can grow radishes. Some of my radishes are coming up. Like I said, onions, all the brassicas, you can grow them. The thing is, the way we garden here in Southern California, I try to grow a lot of stuff that just keeps growing, like celery. I can cut that down, and the celery here will start to come back from the base of the stalk. Or I can wait and just start it from scratch. But all kinds of brassicas are growing everywhere, all on their own. So you kind of have to look at it. Garlic chives back there, coming up in the back there, growing. And of course the ginger and turmeric, well, they're doing really good because they just love this weather. So the point is, what would you grow now? Lettuce is a good one. If you're not growing lettuce and you want to grow lettuce, I'd grow romaine lettuce. It is just the perfect thing for me to grow. I don't have to wait for a head of lettuce to form. You can start harvesting almost at any time once it starts growing leaves. That is a good thing. Brassicas are a good thing. I've got cabbage growing. Oh, it's embarrassing. That is an embarrassing story. I've got purple cabbage and broccoli that are still in paper cups that were growing that way back in February that I never got into the ground. A little stunted, of course, didn't do much, but they're still alive. And guess what? They're going to go now in the ground. They're going to take off as soon as they figure out, whoa, I've got a better place, either in a container or ground to grow. They're going to grow. So all that is something you can think about right now. You like arugula? Plant arugula. You like parsley, and if you can grow spinach, plant that. You can always experiment on different types of plants if you've got the seeds and go that way and see what grows. Because you never know what could end up surprising you when you think, it's not going to grow. Look at the brassicas now. Look how green they are. All the seed heads are gone. It is their prime time to take off now, and they're going to give me food all winter here. But any of the seeds that fell to the ground, like in here, they're all over growing down there. This is their time to grow. So read the seed packets. See for your area, because everybody's area is different, what will grow for you. This is my time in the evening. The sun is going down. The birds are flying, getting ready to find a tree and just hunker down for the night. And I come out here looking around and enjoying nature and just kind of hosing off everything. Oh, I got potatoes growing, which is good because I just planted more. That's a potato. That I don't think was truly planted in there because I also compost in place. So sometimes I end up with potatoes growing, which is really still good. Purslaine's growing. That's taking off now. So grow what you like. Grow what you're going to eat. I wouldn't just grow to grow unless you've got somebody you're going to give it to. Mint, that mint will grow good right now, and as soon as it gets really cold, it will kind of fizzle back, and then when the weather starts to warm in the spring, it will take off. So don't throw it away if you say, my mint is gone. It is not. Your mint is hibernating for the winter. So think of all the different brassicas. Think of broccoli. Think of cabbage. Your tree collard. If you can get tree collard, go for it. If not, just get any collard, any kale. This is a really good time to get them growing. And if you grow them in pots, like here, this is kale. This is actually probably a hybrid. If you can get them growing in pots right now and you end up with snow, which we usually don't, you can move them in. And then in the spring, when the snow starts to melt, or even before then, when it's not so cold, like below freezing, you can put them back outside and they will just flourish and take off and grow. So think about what you want to grow. Look through your seeds and see what you didn't plant that maybe you wanted to. And I think you can start a lot of different plants right now without much effort at all, because it seems like everything wants to grow. Think about whether it needs sun or shade. Most of the plants I mentioned to you do need full sun. Now I'm growing a lot of mushroom plants from cuttings. They do not like full sun. In the winter, they don't mind it, but in the summer, when it's still warm, they don't like it at all, so they like shade. So think of what you like. Get some seeds out. Get some pots going, or your totes, or dish pans, anything you want. Get some seeds growing and start again, because if you're in the area where it's been just over 100 degrees, start it in the shade if you have to, if you're still hot, and then you can move it out as the weather cools. Your beautiful vegetables will continue to grow. And if you have it portable like that, you're going to control the climate for your vegetables, and you should be able to grow a fall garden of things you like for yourself and your family. So with that, have a wonderful day. And I'm going to go garden and water the rest of my garden. And don't forget to eat what you grow. And yes, I'm going to be moving some of these brassicas that are coming up in areas that they just planted themselves, and get them in the ground. And my walking onions, they're browning off. It is time for them, oh look, to get into their own pot. See what's in there? Right there? Those are all the brassicas. I can move them too. Most of my plants, I won't be planting any seeds. I've got baby seeds coming up everywhere now on their own, and I'm just going to move them, including all my lettuce, and put them in places that I want them to grow and won't have them overcrowded. So if you've got a whole bunch of brassicas growing somewhere, the reason they're not growing is they're overcrowded. When you thin them out and put them in their own containers, or just a couple of them, you'll end up with a whole bunch of plants growing. And you should be able to have a really nice garden from things that possibly you collect in your own yard. But of course, if you were frying in that heat, you may not have the baby plants. But do look around, because you might be surprised what you can find among the plants in your garden. A lot of free plants doing their own thing. Bye-bye. Ooh, another brassica. With that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye again.